these days, kind of looking back for the past 16 years and for 5 months of my priesthood. All the details of the memories of all these amazing things that I've been able to do over the past 16 years. Hello, this is Father Sunny, and welcome to another dose of Holy. It's good to be with you today. As I am coming closer and closer to my 4-month sabbatical as a priest, I have been spending some time these days kind of looking back for the past 16 years and for 5 months of my priesthood, of living my life as a priest and being in ministry as a priest here, particularly here in this part of the world, in the United States of America, in the state of Illinois, in the Diocese of Joliet. And as I look back to 16 years, I feel very blessed. I feel very blessed about having been given a platform to be a priest and to serve the church and to be of service to people that have been given to me over the past 16 years. By the way, this whole sort of enigma and this whole all of this kind of looking back stuff have been reinforced by some people around me that have been talking to me about, how they remember me from way back and how much difference I have made in their lives, and or how my ministry as a priest has helped them through the years. And there has just been a lot of these moments over the past several weeks that people have been coming to me or sending me a message on Facebook, or being like just candid about telling me about how I have been there for them as a priest in times when they really needed someone, or how the gifts that God has given me are being used in whatever ways that I am able to use them until today, so that using the gifts that God has given me have been bearing fruit. So and just the other day, I received a friend invite from one of my former mentors or my teachers and all the way back in high school. Her name is Miss Elsa Chan, and I received an invite from her, and I saw him like, oh, Miss Chan, I haven't talked to her forever. And then she sent me a message, and she told me that she's very proud of where I am today. I remember her back in high school and how much she really appreciated my gifts, and how she was very encouraging to me back in high school. I owe a lot to those many teachers from high school about who I am today, because they were all many of them I remember have been my cheerleaders back in high school, as far as encouraging me, cheering me up, giving me opportunities to use my gifts. There's so many people that have shaped me today, and many of them are those men and women from my high school days, including our principal, Mrs. Purita Fortuna. Anyway, so this is kind of fueled by all of these kinds of things. And last night I was actually talking to Mrs. Fortuna, and telling me about like, oh, you're still using so many of your gifts, and she continues to be my, really until today, a true cheerleader, encouragement for my life and for my ministry as a priest. And she's an amazing Catholic. Mrs. Fortuna is. She's a prayer warrior for me. So with Miss Elsa Chan just the other day, and then Mrs. Fortuna last night talking to me about all kinds of things, I can't help but be grateful and to look back at what God was able to accomplish, to do for me, to do to me in my life, and so one way that I kind of look back is the gift of memory. The gift of memory is something that you and I have been given by God. So I cherish my memory, and every time I go from, just retracing my footsteps from the seminary to all the way when I become ordained a priest, when I was assigned at my first parish at St. Mary Immaculate in Plainfield, to my time in one of the most amazing parishes where I've been, which is St. Michael in Wheaton, to St. Dominic, my 1 year in St. Dominic, to my 9 long and meaningful and really productive years, I think, in Kankakee, Illinois, at St. Teresa, St. Rose, St. Martin of Tours, and then St. John Paul II. And then now, since I arrived here at Mary Queen of Heaven in Elmhurst, just since July 1st until today, that's 5 months. July to August, August to September, September to October, October, November. Just basically 4 months, that I've been here. I have been filled with so many encouragements still, and I look at the photo albums and the memorabilia that I have. I have so many of them. I can't get rid of them. I have boxes and boxes of parishioners over the past 16 years that have sent me a Christmas card, a thank you card, an Easter card, a happy anniversary card, just because card, or whatever. They're all in bins right now. There's a lot of bins of cards from parishioners, from friends that have encouraged me over the years, and I keep them. I look at the pictures, all these memorabilia. I look at the pictures and the gifts that I've been given. Several boxes also of little trinkets and little toys and little, plaque, or little some whatever little pieces of things that I'm given, or statues of my favorite saints, or little pieces of, including rosaries to, crucifixes and whatnot. They're all reminders to me of people throughout my life that God has been given me, and also on top of that, my journals, my writings, my paintings, my songs that I've written, my Facebook posts, my YouTube channel that has been there since 2009. A lot of opportunities for me to be able to look back, to retrace my steps, to see what's been going on. And then I have this several picture books that I have. Just for example, my pilgrimages that may have done, and I've done like 13 pilgrimages, 14 pilgrimages in total now. I have a book of every single pilgrimage, and I look at every single pilgrimage book that I have done over the past, since 2006, and I'm filled with awe and wonder about all the details of the memories of all these amazing things that I've been able to do over the past 16 years. And I'm not trying to be sentimental, but I can't help but be joyfully grateful. I mean, my heart aches in gratitude that God has done so much with my life. And I'm not done. I'm just going on sabbatical. So the point of this dose of holy today is just to encourage you about a couple of things. One, friends, be purposeful about retracing your steps, looking back. It's called recollection. In fact, isn't that the word that we use sometimes about retreats? We say retreats and recollection, to look back in order to find where you are today, and then look forward into the future with longing for more blessings and graces. So for me, that is very, very important. Please don't take that for granted. Don't take for granted the beautiful gift of our memory that God has given us. Our memory, our ability to look back at what are the things that have happened is good for you and me. So memory is very good. Sometimes our memories are enriched and somehow helped, aided, through the external reminders. So the memorabilias, the little memoirs that you might have, be it a picture, an icon, a piece of a gift, a sentimental something, a little reminder. All of these are ways sometimes that aid us in not forgetting the details of the past. And I have a lot of great details. Generally have a very good memory, and so I have all the details in my brain, in my mind. And yet, when I see these actual tangible things, they take me back really very, very vividly to those moments when those moments of grace have taken place. And so these are all gifts. They may be gifts from people, but they're gifts of God to us to be able to keep these memorabilia. And again, it's not simply being sentimental. It's not really about being sentimental. It's really more about being aware, not forgetting, being cognizant of God working and God working in the past, God filling the things of the past with so much love, so much blessing, so much grace, so much power and presence, and divine presence. And as we do that, it gives us the confidence to be settled in today, especially when we feel like I can't see anything, right now. I can't see any grace or blessing right now, which is impossible. There's blessing and grace everywhere at every time. So, but sometimes those become a reminder to us of what the grace of the moment might be, even if we don't see it. And sometimes it takes us moving away from the moment in order for us to recognize the grace. Like just like recently I've been painting, right? I've been painting. So sometimes for me to be able to see I guess the beauty of what I'm painting, or the actual perspective of goodness that I'm seeing in my painting, I sometimes have to step away. Like I put something in there and then just leave it alone, because I have to see it with a fresh eyes to be able to say, hey, from a distance I can see a perspective here that I actually appreciate. But sometimes it might just look like a blob of paint, and yet at actually perspective, with a proper perspective, it's showing you something else that you didn't see as you were working on it. So that is what memory is. And memory is great because it gives us sometimes a better perspective of what happens in the past, when now we can see the relationship of the past to the present, or the relationship of the past to another past. Either way, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. And so, my dear friends, harness your memory, keep your memorabilia and your memoirs. Never forget that God has been good to us, that God is good to us, so that we can have the confidence today to remain, to believe in that goodness of God, and make us really work even more with that same confidence as we move toward the future. And this is really what life is all about. At the end of the day, it is being able to recognize those blessings and gifts, being grateful for them, and sharing them with others, and praising God as in the process. So that is our dose of holy today, my dear friends. My name is Father Sonny Castillo, as we all know. And as always, I greet you and bless you with a happy, healthy, and holy life. Until next time here at A Dose of Holy. Bye.